Welcome my channel today. Let's explore the 20-cent coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II from the United Kingdom and related territories. Note, the UK does not issue a 20-cent coin, so these coins are likely from Commonwealth countries that use the cent system such as New Zealand, Australia, or some Caribbean nations. Based on the dates provided, 1982, 1987, 1989, 1993, these coins are most likely New Zealand or Australian 20-cent coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II. The UK does not issue a 20-cent coin. From 1987, however, countries in the Commonwealth that feature Queen Elizabeth II on their coinage, such as Australia, New Zealand, and various island nations, do. Given your description, this appears to be a 1987 Australian 20-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Let's explore it in detail. Monarch Queen Elizabeth II, 1926-2022, who reigned from 1952 until her death in 2022. Country Australia, most likely for a 20-cent denomination featuring Elizabeth II in 1987. Coinage reform, introduced in 1966 when Australia switched from pounds to dollars, decimal currency. The 20-cent coin was part of this decimalization, designed for everyday use. Portrait, Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklouf, used from 1985 to 1998. Text, Elizabeth II, Australia, 1987. Design, platypus swimming. Designer Stuart Devlin, a prominent Australian goldsmith and coin designer, symbolizes the uniqueness of Australian fauna. Country of origin, Australia. Mint location, Royal Australian Mint, Canberra, ACT circulation, used across all states and territories in Australia. Also seen in numismatic collections internationally due to its distinctive design. This coin was not issued for general circulation in 1987. It was only available in mint sets and proof sets for collectors. As such, all 1987 20-cent coins are considered uncirculated or proof coins. Denomination, 20 cents metal composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, cupronickel. Diameter, 28.52 millimeters. Weight, 11.31 grams. Edge, milled, reeded. Issued in Royal Australian Mint uncirculated coin sets. Bright and well struck, often sealed in plastic. Cases. Value, $3–6 AUD depending on condition and market demand. High-quality coin with mirrored fields and frosted devices. Struck using specially prepared dies. Comes from the 1987 proof coin set. Value, $8–15 AUD, sometimes more if certified. Type condition estimated value, AUD uncirculated brilliant 3. 6 proof and original set 8. 15 certified proof graded, PF 69, 70 double 15s, 30 plus condition, no scratches, toning, etc. Packaging, original set intact. Certification by grading services. PCGS, NGC. The 20-cent platypus design remains one of the most enduring and iconic coin designs in Australian currency. The 1987 coin is somewhat rare in circulation because it wasn't released to the public in general. Would you like me to find a photo or current market listing for this specific coin? The 1993 Elizabeth II UK 20 pence coin is a part of Britain's decimal currency system and represents not just a unit of currency, but a chapter in modern British numismatic history. Struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin reflects both the monarchy's enduring legacy and the continued evolution of the British coinage system. Although often overlooked due to its small denomination, the 1993 20pp holds a significant place in collectors' and historians' discussions, especially in the context of the broader economic and political landscape of early 1990s Britain. The modern 20 pence coin was first introduced in 1982, part of the decimalization process that began in 1971, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. The 20p was introduced as a solution to bridge the gap between the 10p and the 50p coins, providing better convenience for cash transactions, The coin was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch, 1952 to 2022. Her image on the obverse, front of the coin, remained a symbol of stability and continuity. In 1993, Elizabeth II was well into her reign, and the country was recovering from an early 1990s recession, making small denominations like the 20p essential in daily transactions. The reverse design of the 20p coin in 1993 featured a Tudor rose, designed by William Gardner, symbolizing England's historical unity. The obverse featured the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Raphael Makhlouf, used from 1985 to 1997. It shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a symbol of regal authority and tradition. The 1993 20p was minted by the Royal Mint, located in Llantrisant, South Wales. This facility has been the heart of British coin production since 1968, though primarily circulated within the UK. British coins, including the 20p, were also commonly used in British overseas territories and among Commonwealth nations, where British currency had a historical footprint. The coin's use in vending machines, transport systems, and retail transactions made it an integral part of daily life across the United Kingdom. Denomination 20 pence, Euro 0.20 GBP. Metal composition: cupro-nickel, 84% copper, 16% nickel. Weight: 5.0 grams. Diameter: 21.4. Shape: equilateral curve heptagon, 7-sided but curved for stacking convenience. Edge: plain obverse. Designer: Raphael Makhlouf. Reverse designer: William Gardner. Mintage: figures, estimated around 74 million for circulation. Mint mark: none. These coins were struck for daily public use and exhibit varying degrees of wear depending on usage. In circulated condition, a 1993 20p coin typically holds little premium over face value, unless it has errors or unusual toning. Common signs of wear include smoothing of the Queen's portrait, fading of the Tudor rose design, and minor surface scratches. Coins in uncirculated condition were either struck as part of mint sets or preserved straight from the mint, without entering circulation. Such coins exhibit sharp details, a lustrous finish, and no signs of handling. Brilliant uncirculated BU or proof condition. These coins are more valuable to collectors, though the 1993 issue is not particularly rare. Proof sets from 1993 may contain a 20p and a specially polished finish, available directly from the Royal Mint or through authorized dealers. Circulated: around 0.20 to 0.50 depending on condition. Uncirculated BU, 1 to 3 proof condition, $3 to $6 depending on packaging and certification. The 1993 20p is not considered a rare coin, as tens of millions were minted. However, it is sought after by type collectors looking to complete sets of Elizabeth II decimal coinage, especially with the Raphael Makhlouf portrait. The 20p coin became part of everyday commerce, used in telephone boxes, parking meters, buses, and small purchases in shops. Its compact size and distinctive heptagonal shape made it easily distinguishable by touch. The coin is a snapshot of early 1990s Britain, an era defined by technological change, a recovering economy, and the increasing role of the European Union, which influenced currency designs and harmonization discussions. The 1993 Elizabeth II UK 20 pence coin is a modest yet meaningful piece of British numismatic history. Beyond its face value, it tells a story of a nation adapting to modernity while holding on to its royal traditions. Whether tucked away in a change jar, held in a collector's album, or displayed in a proof set, this small coin offers insight into the design, production, and economy of the United Kingdom in the early 1990s. For collectors and historians alike, it remains a symbol of enduring legacy during Queen Elizabeth II's remarkable reign. Countries of the British Commonwealth and former colonies used coinage bearing Queen Elizabeth II's portrait and followed a cent-based decimal currency system. will be written based on the assumption that you're referring to a 20-cent coin from 1989 bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, possibly from one of the following countries: Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, or a Caribbean Commonwealth nation. The 1989 20-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II belongs to a family of decimal coinage systems adopted by several Commonwealth nations. By 1989, Queen Elizabeth II had served as the constitutional monarch of more than a dozen countries, including Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Hong Kong, then under British control, and several Caribbean territories. These countries issued their own currencies, but often featured the British monarch on the obverse side of their coinage as a symbol of shared governance under the crown. The 20-cent denomination was common in the decimalized systems of these regions. Unlike the UK, which transitioned from pre-decimal currency to decimal in 1971 and did not adopt a 20p coin until 1982, these nations introduced 20-cent coins early in their decimal transitions, e.g., Australia in 1966. The coin in question, issued in 1989, would thus most likely originate from Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, or an Eastern Caribbean territory. Each had its own variant with different designs on the reverse, but all bore a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. All 1989 20-cent coins that feature Queen Elizabeth II have a portrait of the Queen on the obverse. The portrait used in 1989 was typically the third definitive portrait created by Raphael Makhlouf, which was in use from 1985 to 1997. This portrait showed the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, facing right. Elizabeth II, followed by the country name, for example. Elizabeth II, Australia, 1989. Elizabeth II, New Zealand, 1989. Elizabeth II, Hong Kong, 1989. Queen, Elizabeth II, East Caribbean States, 1989. Australia, 20 cents. The reverse features a platypus swimming, designed by Stuart Devlin. New Zealand, 20 cents. The reverse often featured a Maori carving or the Pukaki carving, Hong Kong, 20 cents. A bauhinia flower, or the Queen's portrait depending on the coinage reform period. East Caribbean States. The reverse showed the denomination, 20, and a wreath, or sometimes an image like a ship or palm tree depending on the series. These coins were struck for general circulation, and also for collector markets, in uncirculated and proof conditions. Australia. Tens of millions of 20-cent coins were produced for general circulation in 1989. New Zealand. Mintage was smaller compared to Australia, making some coins rarer. Hong Kong. 20-cent coins were part of regular issue, made of nickel brass. East Caribbean states. Circulation figures were lower due to smaller population, typically minted in the UK or Canada. Different countries use different alloys, but here's a general guide. Metal, copper nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Weight, 11.3 G diameter, 28.52 mm thickness, 2.5 mm edge, milled New Zealand, 1989. Metal, copper nickel weight, 11.31 G diameter, 28.58 mm Hong. Gungi 1989. Metal, nickel brass diameter, 19 bao edge, scalloped East Caribbean. Metal, nickel-plated steel or copper nickel scalloped or round, depending on issue. The value of the 1989 Elizabeth II 20-cent coin varies depending on country, rarity, mintage, and condition. Here's a breakdown. Value. Face value to $1 USD, depending on where and local collector interest. Common coins, like Australia's 1989 20-cent, are generally worth face value unless in very fine or better condition. Value. $2 to $5 USD coins with E. No wear, sharp strike, and original luster. Value. $10 to $50 USD, especially in original mint packaging. These were made for collectors, often sold directly by government mints. If you have a misstrike, off-center, or double die error, the value could be significantly higher, sometimes 100 plus, depending on the error and demand. Authentication. Look for original mint packaging or have the coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC storage. Keep in airtight holders to preserve condition. Common issues. Watch for scratches, toning and corrosion, especially in humid climates. The 1989 Elizabeth II 20-cent coin represents a fascinating slice of Commonwealth numismatic history. While not rare in most forms, its significance lies in its cultural and geographic reach. With Queen Elizabeth II's image linking various nations, these coins symbolize a global historical era of shared monarchy and decentralized governance. Whether you're a beginner collector or a history enthusiast, this coin provides a tangible connection to the late 20th century Commonwealth, and with proper care, it can be a rewarding piece of a global collection. The Elizabeth II UK 20-pence coin from 1982 is a highly significant numismatic piece, not only due to its role in British currency, but also because of its design, historical context, and rarity. Below is a comprehensive exploration of its history, circulation, uncirculated condition, proof value, and more. The 20-pence coin is part of the decimal currency system of the United Kingdom. It was first introduced in 1982, alongside the 1982 1p, 2p, 5p, 10p, and 50p coins that replaced older pre-decimal currency coins. Before decimalization in 1971, the UK used a system where £1 was divided into 20 shillings, and each shilling had 12 pennies. The introduction of decimal currency divided the pound into 100 new pence, abbreviated as p. Prior to the launch of the 20p coin in 1982, there was no denomination equivalent to the 20p, meaning the new coin filled a significant gap in the British coinage system. The 1982 20p coin features a reeded edge and a geometric dodecagonal shape, which was introduced for the first time for the 20p coin. It is smaller than the 50p, but has a distinctive shape that makes it instantly recognizable. The obverse, front of the coin bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Makhlouf, which was used from 1985 until 1997, but the 1982 version of this coin featured the earlier design by Mary Gillick, used from 1953 to 1984. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the royal arms of the United Kingdom, which shows a shield supported by a lion and a unicorn, along with the inscription 20 pence. It also features a crown at the top, symbolizing the monarchy. The 1982 20p coin was introduced in the United Kingdom for circulation as part of the decimal coinage system. In terms of circulation, the 1982 20p coin initially circulated widely alongside the other decimal coins issued during the same period. However, unlike some other British coins that have been minted in larger quantities or in notable runs, the 1982 20p coin was not one of the highest mintage coins, making it rarer in the present day. Although precise records of mintage figures for every year of coin production are released in annual reports by the Royal Mint, some estimates for the 1982 mintage are as follows. 1982. 20-pence coin had a relatively low mintage compared to later issues, which contributes to its status as a collector's item. Original mintage numbers can be approximated at around 200 million in total across the various years of the series, but it is important to note that many of these early coins have been withdrawn from circulation, making those that remain today rarer. When a 1982 20p coin is in uncirculated condition, it means it was either never used in circulation or has been preserved with minimal wear, retaining its original brilliance and features. Uncirculated coins are typically sold by the Royal Mint in special packaging and are highly sought after by collectors due to their pristine quality. An uncirculated coin is one that has not been subjected to the wear and tear that occurs in everyday circulation. Such coins can often be found in mint sets or are sometimes individually packaged by collectors or dealers. These coins retain their original luster and sharp details, which is a key criterion for numismatists when determining the value of a coin. The proof version of a coin is specially struck with a polished die, resulting in a coin with a high level of detail and a reflective surface. These coins are typically struck in limited numbers and are intended for collectors rather than general circulation. The proof versions of the 1982 20p coin were issued as part of commemorative or proof sets by the Royal Mint. The proof 20p coin is a high-quality version that has been produced with extra care, and it usually comes with a glossy or mirror-like finish. Proof coins are not intended for general circulation, but are instead produced as part of limited edition sets. Because of the limited mintage, they are typically sold at a premium compared to regular circulating coins. The 20p coin was, and still is, widely used in the United Kingdom for everyday transactions. As with other decimal coins, the 20p was introduced to make the British currency system more efficient and to create smaller denominations that were easier to use and calculate. The 20p coin also served as a convenient form of change in shops, vending machines, and other retail environments. Though it is still in circulation today, it is used less frequently than coins of higher value, like the £1 coin or £2 coin, mainly because of inflation and the decreasing value of small denominations. It is also important to note that 20p coins are still legal tender in the UK and can be used in all the same contexts as other British coins. The value of the 1982 20p coin depends on its condition and whether it is part of a proof set or is in uncirculated condition. Circulated coins are still worth their face value, meaning they are worth 20p unless in pristine condition. However, over time, the value of these coins can fluctuate due to numismatic demand, especially for rarer versions, misprints, or coins in uncirculated condition. Uncirculated versions of the 1982 20p coin can be worth more than their face value. These coins can be priced in the range of $5 to $10 or more, depending on their preservation and the market. The rarity of specific coins, like those from the 1982 run, also plays a significant role in their value. Proof 20p coins from 1982, which are part of collector sets, can be worth significantly more, with individual proof coins often fetching prices between $10 and $30 or more, depending on the specific set, packaging, and market demand. If any errors were made during the minting of the coin, such as misprints, misstrikes, or variations in the design, they could increase the coin's value. Numismatists and collectors actively seek such coins, often driving the price higher. The U.S. 1982 Elizabeth II UK 20p coin holds a unique place in British coinage history. Whether in circulated or uncirculated condition, it is a coin of historical significance, tied to the broader narrative of the UK's transition to a decimal currency system. While the circulated version of this coin holds little more than its face value, uncirculated and proof versions are highly prized by collectors. Collectors should keep an eye on the condition, mintage figures, and rarity of these coins when assessing their value. As with all numismatic items, the value of the 1982 20p will continue to be influenced by market trends and the availability of similar coins. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget like, share, and subscribe more coin collecting content.